Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. History Debunked. I like the channel. As you may have noticed, the old timer again. No offence, but he's seen more. He's seen more of Britain. He's seen more of the bagwash and Sioux. And yeah, I find it more interesting what older people make of this current decline that we're all clearly in at this point. And how can you not notice? How can you not notice? So, on the channel, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm Islamophobic, although some people might think I am. Oh, because I do know some Muslims. I know, like, in the Indian restaurants that I go to, not that the Indians are primarily Muslim, but there is like Muslim lads working the Indian, there's Muslims working the Domino's Pizza and stuff. Predominantly, most of the people who work in the Domino's Pizza in Whitehaven are not English or white. They're I wouldn't know what nationality they are to be honest, but the majority of them are not English or white. In the work in the Domino's, there's no English or white people working the Indian. So yeah, I'm not racist and I'm not Islamophobic either, really. I mean, we've got a mosque in this town. It's just in the town. It used to be the Freemason building. So I wouldn't say I'm Islamophobic either. I've just noticed, like this man here does, that because being British and white, we kind of don't do knives really. It's not really the done thing. Like the knife crime in this country that's escalating is primarily through black people, not to be racist. But white people don't use, we use fists here. We're quite prepared to have a fight, you know what I mean? If you want to fight, we'll have a fight and we'll settle this with the fists on the grass. And the man who fucking doesn't get the shit beat out of him wins, but both you people usually walk away, do you know what I mean? You don't have to kill anybody to win a fight and prove a point here if it's going to turn to violence, which is a way that I mean, well, modern times, but this is a way that things have been settled for a long time. Do you know what I mean? It's been the way of settling a dispute for man for thousands of years. A bit of a fisticuffs up. If it can't be sorted with words, it'll be sorted with fists. Is kind of the way it had always been. So that predominantly in Britain is the way of things, and then in sort of the 90s, sort of the 2000s, the police really started sort of stamping down on violent crime and assaults and things like that. But two men, setting two when they're both willing participants. It's not really assault, is it? It's two people having a fight because they can't settle the differences via words. So they decided to settle the differences via fists. And whoever wins, wins. But then that's kind of what the crack used to be. Like, but you're not allowed to do that anymore because of assault. But it's not really assault if both people are willing, if you know what I mean. If you want to have a fight with somebody and that other person wants to have a fight with you, then who's to say that you just can't have a fight, really, I suppose. So you're not allowed, obviously. Like it would be so the police probably prosecute either one of you now for fighting for a fray or some law. I don't know. So, but anyway, back to the topic at hand. So I've said it before, like when I mentioned the religion of peace and Islam and people getting stabbed, like Axel Rudakwana, or this guy mentions the bridge, or Lee Rigby, or many others, because it's always like if a white English person, British person does stab somebody, probably like a stab in the gut, and then they run away. Do you know what I mean? And there's no major. It's not like an horrific crime like stabbing multiple people on a bridge, stabbing loads of children in Taylor Swift dance class, beheading a British soldier Lee Rigby on the streets of Britain. Like this is all horrific crimes, and the problem is the white British people don't tend to go around doing these things. That's the problem. And if there is this event, it's kind of like a one-off thing every now and again. But we see to systematically here of Muslims doing horrific crimes like Southport, like London Bridge, like fucking Lee Rigby, London bombings. The list is on, goes on and on and on. So it's I don't think it's racist to have a bit of beef with how that what goes on in a way. Do you know what I mean? And the stabbings, because the stabbings predominantly aren't English or British white people that do the stabbings. There'll be the odd one, don't get me wrong, but from what I've seen and heard, it predominantly isn't British white people. It's either black people in the cities and the sort of gang culture that's going round, which some white people have been fucking drawn into. But that's not a culture that England used to have. Do you know what I mean? It's like this whole. It's kind of come over from America, like this whole gang knife kind of shit, guns, crack. I mean, it was always getting here to be honest, but um, yeah, it's just to me, it's predominantly whenever I see any of this. I mean, one happened in Ireland yesterday. I believe that was a Muslim migrant that stabbed a Gardaí police officer in Dublin. There's plenty of people reported on that. I haven't made a video. I might, but that happened yesterday. A guy that was stabbed in Dublin by a migrant Muslim, I believe, and yeah, we hear a lot of it, like a lot of it, and it's hard not to remember it. You know what I mean? It's hard not to remember it that who it was and why they done it, and the whole, as I've mentioned before, this whole Ali Akbar. When again we seen the guy on the plane in Glasgow, I think it was the other day, or Scotland. Ali Akbar, he's shouting Ali Akbar. So we remember that, you know what I mean? And again, I can't really remember a lot of people running around shouting, "I'm going to murder you in the name of Jesus here, I'm going to murder you in the name of Jesus." I've honestly never even heard that said ever, to be honest. Never heard it said. Whereas I've heard Ali Akbar screamed, or been reported to have been screamed. I couldn't count it on my hands and my feet if I took my socks off. That many times I've heard that being called before somebody's done an horrific crime. I couldn't count it on me fingers and toes. I'd have to get a couple of more people in here, you know what I mean, and use their fingers and toes to get the job done. So I don't think it's racist, to be honest. I don't think I'm Islamophobic either, really. I just have a problem with that religion stabbing up us in the other religions because we don't believe in that religion. Because why would we? When your religion's only, what is it, 1400 years old? There's three Qurans and they're all different. There's multiple people on the internet. I'll tell you why fucking Islam's a load of shite. So go and listen to them, and they'll explain to you why Islam's a load of bollocks. To be honest. And again, people who run around stabbing children in dance classes multiple times, multiple children stabbed. There is documentaries now come out about the Southport attack. I was watching one yesterday, and it was very saddening indeed what was being said by the teacher who was in the room and had to deal with it. She got stabbed herself, and that was the line in the sand for me. We've took multiple attacks, Lee Rigby, all these things. We've heard them all. We've seen it all. But the minute you go into a dance school and do that to children, I'm done with you. I'm done with listening to you. I'm done with it all. Your religion to me is nothing. Nobody. Allah doesn't exist. Muhammad can kiss my ass. And you can all get fucked, to be honest, after that. After stabbing children in a dance class like that, your whole religion, all your mosques, every single one of you can get fucked, to be honest. I personally I wouldn't have you in Britain if it was up to me. So, and that was the line in the sand. We give you multiple chances. You've attacked us multiple times, multiple places, multiple horrific crimes, and that was the line in the sand. I'm sorry, but enough is enough. And now any assaults on any children from any migrants or anybody at all, or any foreigners touching our British people here, we're not going to be happy about it. This is the way things now. We're not going to be happy about it in any way, shape, or form because of everything that's gone before. This isn't the first event. So yeah, we're not going to be happy, and the British people are starting to show that if you fuck with us and you fuck with our kids, eventually we get pissed off. You forget that we've won wars in this country, you know what I mean? We've fucking fought the battles. We've a long history of wars. So when it comes to when it comes to drawing the arms, the English and the British know what to do here and know when to do it. And I think the call's been called. To be honest, the call has been called, and the British people have starting to heed the call. So it's in the song "Times Are a Changing" by Bob Dylan, please people heed the call. Don't block up the hallway or the doors, because he who gets what's the words? Can't quite remember the lyrics to that song, but everybody again will know what I mean. Yeah. So heed the call, and the call's been heeded. It looks like. So let's play a bit of this.
Hello again. I have in the past been criticised pretty heavily for a supposed obsession with ethnicity. This would be a fair point if it were the case that I spent my time ferreting out instances where ethnicity and religion are implicated in certain undesirable aspects of modern British society. The truth is, though, that such things are headline news every day, and it would take a deliberate effort of will not to notice what is going on. It would require one to don a set of ideological filters which blinded the wearer to what is glaringly obvious.
Yeah, a bit like the left wing do for everything. I watched a video yesterday of a lefty. It was actually the incident before that lass was arrested by Leicester Police on the DP audits, I think the channel was called. About an hour long, listening to this lefty outside Barclays Bank talk absolute shit and deny everything that doesn't fit in with their narrative. A complete fucking moron, the likes of which I've never seen. I was going to make a video on him. He was that much of a fucking, honest to God, he was just one of these people, and you're not allowed to say on YouTube, but you would just, yeah, you're not allowed to say, you know what I mean. But honest to God, you just put me in a boxing ring. Is a good way of saying it. So yeah, as this guy saying, you can't not notice this shit and remember it. You know what I mean? How were we supposed to forget Southport and what happened there? The answer is you can't. I can't really forget Lee Rigby either. I mean, London bombing. I don't forget most of them, to be honest. I mean, them predominantly are in my mind, and all Islamic Muslim people attacking us on our soil. Yeah, and there's a history of this. It's not a one-off event. We have a history of it. So you can imagine after more and more of them, we've started to get pissed off. But attacking children, innocent children, little girls, and doing what happened on Southport the day of Saturday, honest to God, that was it. Sorry for me and most people, that was it. You're not, no, no way, not in my name, not in my country. Like if it takes getting rid of every single one of you to stop that happening, then so be it. So be it. Get rid of every single one of you if to stop that ever happening again in this country and having children slaughtered like that. I would get rid of every single one of you. That's just my opinion.
To any ordinary and unbiased observer. Take the death of two people on Monday in a stabbing spree in London. That is to say, a man running wild and sticking a knife in everybody in sight. Now, this was a case of not only the type of crime being familiar, but also the location in the London borough of Southwark, a short distance from London Bridge. Not only are stabbing sprees in this country almost invariably carried out by black people or Muslims, Southwark is pretty famous for such things. Can it be that people have forgotten the Islamist stabbing spree which took place on London Bridge at the Southwark End in 2017? 8 people died then. 2 years later, another stabbing spree, also by a Muslim fanatic in the same area, ended with 3 deaths. The use of knives by black criminals in Southwark is also a feature of the borough, as well as in the rest of London. So here is a question for liberal and anti-racist types, a genuine question. When first
I'll just interrupt him there just to make this point. It's because you're all shitbags. That's why you've got to use knives, because you're all fucking shitbags. Try having a fight with your fists, do you know what I mean? Fucking, no, no, fucking, you're too scared to get the fuck knocked out of you, aren't you? That's because you're shitbags. So, yeah, have to fucking wield your knives, because you're all fucking shitbags. Because you'll probably lose in a fight. That's the beauty of it. You'd fucking get your ass kicked because you're not you fucking used to fighting. You want to fight with fucking knives because you're shitbags. So yeah, that's the message out there as well. That every single one of you who has to use a fucking weapon, you're a shitbag. That's the bottom line here. You're a fucking coward. And come fist to fist with most people, you'll fucking get your fucking ass battered in. So you're gonna have to wield a knife so you can fucking win But you're a shitbag. Remember that. You're a fucking coward. Every single one of you. Axel Rudabakwana. I mean, put him in a room with a man. Put him in a room with a real man for 10 minutes and wait and see what happens to Axel Rudabakwana.
As they heard of 4 people being knifed in Southwark on Monday, 2 of whom were killed, did they seriously think that this might have been something which involved only white British people? Or were they completely neutral? Did it not occur to them for a moment that ethnicity or religion might have played a role in the affair? I do not ask them to be honest in the comments here, but to themselves. Did anybody hear about this attack in Southwark and not assume that those involved would be Muslim or black? We know now that the 2 dead men were of Jamaican heritage and that the man arrested is from Hackney, where the older of the 2 dead men grew up. Here then is the problem with accusing me of being a fanatical racist who hunts out information which might cast some minority or other in a negative light.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the left wing calling you that. They're dishing it out everywhere. That's the chant. Everyone's racist and fascist, Nazis. Calling us the Nazis. We beat the fucking Nazis, you idiots. I mean, this is their argument. Is the word I've never heard such a fucking bad argument in all my fucking days as the left wing have got today, and they're all lost in their shit argument. Do you know what I mean? No, we're not racist. We've just got fucking common sense. We pay attention, right? And we don't want fucking hundreds of thousands of men who we don't fucking know who they are, of fighting age, who are fucking raping women and kids left, right, and centre. We don't want them here. I mean, and you know, and the biggest part of it all, it's costing us fucking 9, 10 million pound a fucking day, a day, money that the likes of which us we will never fucking see. We're spending on fucking people who we don't know who they are, who are fucking attacking half of us. Well, bollocks, bollocks to that, said the British people. Bollocks to that, Sir Starmer, and your fucking arsehole brigade in fucking Parliament there, and the King can get fucked and all because we know he's on it as well. We know honestly, everybody needs to wake up real fast because this is fucking happening. It's happening now. There's a plan here. The King's in on it, the fucking government's in on it, and the only thing that's going to save the fucking day is the people, and the fucking left wing. I say the left wing. When the people rise up, there's not enough of you left wingers, and half of you are paid protesters, but we know, but honest to God, you fucking want to get the fuck out the way. Get out the way.
Right. This kind of thing is actually headline news now every single day in this country. Guessing the ethnicity of those involved when hearing about 2 deaths in a quadruple stabbing in Southwark was not the act of a dedicated racist, but rather a simple deduction about a news item which every person in this country who was not deliberately blinded by ideology would have been able to make. It would require me to stop reading newspapers and to stop making simple and logical deductions based upon the evidence to avoid knowing that here was an event which would involve black people or Muslims. Perhaps then I should keep my mouth shut about such things in the cause of community cohesion. That is to say, not mention what is obviously going on the streets of the capital, lest I make it worse. It could hardly be worse, could it? I am not creating the weather. I'm merely a barometer, recording the air pressure and indicating in which direction it is moving. I know that some
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. It's not me. It's not me. I'm not stabbing the shit out of nobody. You know what I mean? Again, I've got what's the word? Fucking, I've got control of my emotions. To be honest, I've got control of them, and violence. Again, I've said before, violence begets violence. That's what you'll get if you be violent. And as the man says here, he makes a very good point. It's not me running around fucking stabbing people here. You know what I mean? And predominantly, it's not white British people fucking start running around stabbing people either. And it's the media telling us this, and all we can ever do is fucking notice what we're being told here. So again, I completely agree with this man. To be honest, you know what I mean? We're not being racist because we're not racist. Like, I'll speak to anybody of any kind, of any colour, of any time if you're civil and you're all right. You know what I mean? If you're not going to be a cock, then there go. That's the instant or the first thing that anybody gives a fuck about. Are you going to be a knobhead with me or not? And if you're not going to be a knobhead, you're just going to be all right. then fair dues. I mean, there's plenty of white British knobheads. I know fucking loads of white British knobheads, and I don't like them either because they're knobheads. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing for me. I think it's just, are you a knobhead? Like it's, I don't give a fuck what color you are, what religion you are. Are you a knobhead? And if you're not a knobhead, I don't give a fuck what color or religion you are. To be honest, then you sound. You know what I mean? That's the gauger of all things here. Are you a knobhead or are you sound? And your religion and your color doesn't really bear any relevance at all. But as he says here, it's hard not to notice that there are all these stabbing sprees are done by black people and Muslims. I mean, I said it before he did because again, that's what I've noticed in the media, and then when you've seen these events. So again, all the Muslim attacks that have been horrific. Multiple people have been killed, and the bombings in the Manchester Arena bombings as well as another one. So yeah, it's hard not to notice and then not have an opinion because you've noticed that well, this is exactly what's happening, everything the guy says. But people will tell you racist and all this because that's the only argument they've got. To be honest, they've got no argue. They can't argue like the point, if you know what I mean. That they haven't got a point because you've already lost the argument. So you just whip out the racist card, don't you? It's been there's been a racist card for fucking 20 or 30 years now. You got the sexist card. We've got all the cards, but nobody gives a fuck about the cards anymore. That's the beauty of the cards. No one gives a fuck.
Some people think that the solution to the problem would be to destroy all the barometers and that this would somehow improve the weather.
Yeah, exactly. Like the fact that we don't notice and don't comment, it's going to stop everyone getting stabbed here. I guarantee it won't. I guarantee it won't. If we shut up, there will be another horrific attack in the near future, especially with everything that's going on with Iran and Palestine and Gaza and Israel and the amount of foreign lads coming here. Some wondering, I watched Charlie Beach yesterday. Very, very good video of Charlie Beach outside some barracks there of migrant barracks. Fucking 400 fucking fighting age men in barracks in Britain there, waiting for the call. Possibly, we don't know, but probably is the way I look at it. With a lot of them, probably a lot of aggressive men have come over, all sorts of criminals as well, rapists, you name it, all here, and could they be all sleeper cells? Very, very possibly. Like a lot of them are male to fighting age. This is what the worry is, but the worry is very real, to be honest. And when that happens, that kicks off. When the balloon goes up, you'll all fucking know about it, and everyone in Britain will be saying, "I told you so, I told you so." As Britain dies on its arse, it's probably split in two. The north will be the British. The south will be the Muslim the area, I would imagine, or it'll be split in the middle and all the Midlands, and maybe the south will be the. I don't know. There was a map. Somebody's actually done a map of the Civil War. I was watching as well. It was. I wouldn't say it was accurate because I don't know, but it could be. It could be. So yeah, somebody done a sort of map of what Britain would look like in the Civil War and what parts would still be Britain and which parts would be sort of Muslim controlled. Very interesting video, to be honest. I don't know the name of the channel off the top of my head, but it was a very interesting video.
I'm very much afraid that even if I were to be closed down by YouTube tomorrow, along with all the other people who are pointing stuff like this,
Well, that's the plan. That is the plan to get rid of us who tell the truth and tell you what's happening so that people don't know what's happening and get swallowed up by the New World Order. And that's kind of the plan here, yeah. Silence the dissenters. Again, there was talk many years ago of concentration camps for us people being built, especially in America. And you go back to sort of 1938 here, like the Nazis, and with the any dissenters put into the concentration camps and put out of the way so that you don't affect the minds of the simpletons here who are going to be conned into the New World Order every day of the week. So them plans are in, I wouldn't say afoot, but they are in the workings. Yeah, we will all try to be silenced. And Room 101, 1984. I've said it before. This is again that book's not fictional. It's a warning. It's a warning of what was coming and what is coming and what's nearly here. And these people have plans, all plans for every aspect of the plan. This is a well thought out plan that's not got no holes in it really. Well, one hole is Jesus Christ, But apart from that one hole, but it's a real big fucking hole to be honest. Apart from that one hole, there is no holes in this plan from the side of being a technological fucking super surveillance state of control. It kind of works, but apparently Jesus, Yeshua, will have something to say about all this. It is the beast system, also mentioned in the Bible.
This out, this would not improve matters in this country in the slightest degree.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely not gonna. If you shut us all up, it won't. It'll just keep getting worse and worse because that's the plan. So yeah, a very good video by the man. Again, don't think he's racist. I know I'm not racist at all, to be honest. I know lots of different nationalities and people, and I got the Indian. I said everyone Dominoes, of all different nationalities. Get on with them all very, very well. Speak to them all. Not a problem with any of them. All the religion, some of them being Muslim, just have a problem with the Muslims who decided to stab us all to death and stab children to death, which was horrific. Massive problem with that one. Massive. I mean, all the Lee Rigby and the London Bridge and the London bombings, that all passed me by, and I was kind of fair dues. But Southport was the line in the sand, that was absolute line in the sand. I'm sorry, but that will. I'm not having that in my country, and as I said, it's well, it's going to kick off. To be honest, it's coming. All these people that talk about civil war are bang on, if you ask me. I don't know how many months, weeks, or years away it is, but in my opinion, we are on the verge or on the path to civil war in Britain. I'll leave it there. Peace.